Hello everybody, Reaper X1 here again, playing and back in my campaign playthrough of now is 1.1, the new stable build of TerraTech's getting to be pretty awesome playthrough. Experience, I should say, because it can all be different, you never know. But I thought I'd start this one out with a big welcome, and thank you for joining me as we upgrade our little charging station here. Figured make it a little easier. Since we got rid of the runway that had our shops on it, or our terminals, I figured we'll just put them up on here, make it that much easier. Hopefully we won't have to switch text to get into these and use them. And we'll have our skew here to pick stuff up. The only thing I'm wondering about, though, is our Skycrafter seems to lower when we hit build beams, so it might run into this. Maybe we'll get some weirdness happening. Hopefully it doesn't like collide and throw us into a mountain and destroy us and be like, holy crap, what happened? That'd be a cool little clip though, wouldn't it? Well, we're just going to do a bit of an upgrade here. Hopefully that'll keep us in the power so we don't fall out of the sky, because we are dangerously low. So yeah, it's a hairy situation we got going on right here. Well, what I'm hoping to do is make some big progress on this thing. Get it kind of shaped out a lot nicer, and kind of go with the flow and see where it takes us. But as you can see, we've got to where we have our 4 down, or most of our lower done, except we got to do our 4 lower parts of the legs. So I figure that's probably a good spot to start. So I don't want to get too far up above and then it'll make it even harder to build down here, just because of everything being in the way. That's one thing, when you get a block behind you at your back, you can't build. The blocks will disappear as you try to place them. So keep that in mind if you're building big. Or you're building something that overlaps itself, or, goes under and over, ties and knots, does twists and turns and all that kind of stuff. Just keep it in mind. Build in such a way where you can easily see what you're up to, instead of having to fight for every little bit of it. It's a real pain in the stuffs, And that's too far out. That ain't gonna work for me. So yeah, we're gonna have to get creative on this one. Figure the footprint out of it. Go from there, and hopefully it'll get easier. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of back and forth on the parts. Just trying to get what I need in order, just so I have the attach points and everything. And yeah, it's gonna be a bit. So while we're working on this little chunk here, I maybe should mention a few other things. Stuff such as the new Tekka project. It's a good one. It's something that we're gonna. It's been started. It's been on a little break, working on things. But if you'd like to get your submissions in, make citizens and whatnot, there's a link down in the description. Just follow it through to the thread that it takes you to, the TerraTech official forums, and from there, we'll see what we can do as far as making a world in that community-based project that we got going. We'll see what happens. So we're kind of wrapping it all up, getting the next section all cleaned up. Hard at work at it, trying to figure this one out. It's a little bit different, because it's not quite centered. So having a 1 wide conveyor on a 2 wide battery as a start, it makes it that 1 block out. So we had to adjust our build a little bit. But now that I mentioned other things that you could look at in that description, there's also another link down there for the Saturday Showcase, where your cool and original techs could have their very own video. And all you got to do is post your in-game snapshots and or save games, whatever works. Multi-texts are better done with a save. Pre-set up. Things that need to be charged. That's also nice to have pre-charged. But yeah, post them to the Saturday Showcase auditions link, and from there I'll make the best dang video out of them I can. And we'll see if we can make some good ones happen as we share our ideas, inspire each other and others, and see what we can create from there. Just as with these types of builds, you work with something, you get to see something else, you get an idea, it's like, hey, let's expand. This idea here, I figured, I'm just going to have the 1 layer of solar gens on the outside. I don't want it too deep. I think it'll take away from the look on this one. Because I could go for pure functionality, but then the step in with 2 solar arrays deep would bring it in too drastically, so it would be more of a point. I'm trying to get a rounded shape on this bit. Rounded is tricky, but not as tricky as before we had Better Future. But for the most part, it's been working along pretty nice. Kind of jumping from one side to the next as we complete them all. Got a little bit more to do, but I'm thinking I'm liking the looks of that. Shaping up nicely, I'll say. Little play on words. But yeah, the one thing I always got to keep in mind is how's this going to handle when the time comes and I got to actually fly this thing. So trying to keep everything in mind. Hopefully we won't overdo it on weights and stuff like that, and it'll still be functional. I know we're going to probably need some more of those anti-grav engines, those big ones. They're going to just chew up the batteries. Oh, there's not going to be none left. It's going to be like just sitting there with a little glass and a straw, just drinking her up. Just gone. So yeah, we're going to have to add the batteries too as we go. You know, planning. Hopefully we don't need too much more propellers and stuff like that for forward and reverse kind of motions. Because if we have to get into a whole bunch more of that, it's going to get tight. It's really going to change the look that I was going for. But anyway, we got our goodies, stuff we needed. We're on our bit here. See if we can get these finished up, and then we can get designing the next step of this. Because I was kind of thinking it'd be neat to have a little bit of a platform here. I'm not exactly sure for what, but just the looks mainly for now. And then after we get a little bit into it, hopefully ideas come to me and it's like, oh, we could use it for this. Yes, that's a good idea. Hopefully that's what happens. Sometimes that's what happens. Other times it's, let's try this. And it's like, dang, that didn't work out. So we'll see what goes on. It's one of those things you just got to keep checking in and see how we made out. So I'm kind of liking the looks of this. How it angles and it kind of almost looks like a curve. Even though it's got the jagged edge, I can see a curve in it a little bit. This takes so long with this. It's got to go each block. Just rotate. Come on. You can do it. You can make it around there a little more. What are you doing? Jesus. Gets frustrating, I tells you. And the harsh part is when you're just testing things out, trying ideas, and then it doesn't work after you've done all that. It's like, oh. Now I got to try idea number 2. Because that kind of, I like the look of that with the black and the white, but it's not quite what I'm after. I want it to be fuller and kind of line up a little better, because I do want to have more solar arrays going around in hopes that I can anchor and get ahead of the drain and recharge quickly. Not just recharge, but I want to do it somewhat quickly. And for this big old beast, it's going to take a lot of solar generators. I don't care what company makes them. But I was thinking like this, have it kind of curve back in, so when the solar gens open up, they almost meet, kind of almost make a fake floor. I thought that might be kind of a cool idea. But you never know until you see it. Can't be sure anyway. You can have a good idea. Ooh, look at all the extra blocks sitting there. Kind of peek on through our little windows here. Finding a good spot to get the view I want can be tricky sometimes. Yeah, I'm not too sure how many more I'm going to get here. Looks like I'm running out of room. Get rid of them. They're just distracting. Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably going to be the last one we get on there. Doesn't look like we're going to, yeah. So we could have a platform like so. Huh. I don't know. I'm not exactly seeing a shape that I want to see there. Gonna have to think about that one a little bit, I believe. Like, look, all our things... It's the downside when you go into build beam, all your solar arrays, they close. And that was another thing I got thinking about the other day while waiting for things to open up and turn on and activate and do all their good things. Is why, maybe what one little fix for the solar gen issue that I find is an issue, as far as it taking so long for them to open. Maybe if they've opened already, right? They've been anchored, they went through a whole day, they've opened. Cool, they got them on. And have it so they don't retract at the end of a day when it goes to night. Just have them not do nothing. You know, they're not generating, I understand that, okay, but let's not close them. It takes a long time to open them. Especially with this many. I am seriously curious as to how long it does take. I think I'm gonna, if I can get enough of this built, where I'm convinced that I'm gonna have, like, that's my range for the number of solar gens, I'm gonna time it. Like, I know it's laggy in what I'm playing with, so I figure whatever my time is, I'm gonna divide it by 2. And we'll see how long it is. So, by that, we'll know. I think that'd be a good way of doing that. But then with true game, like real life time, it actually is the full time. So I don't know, maybe I'll give you the time, you look at it as you may. Just remember it is laggy as I play, and I did this little test that I will do. If I can get there, I really hope I can. It'd be nice to get this build wrapped up down in the low parts anyway. Because if I can get underneath of this platform and everything figured out and done, wrapped up, I'll be happy as heck. Because being underneath it can be a real pain in the butt. Especially when there's going to be like that lower ring that could get in the way a lot. And then the center. Yeah, it's a different challenge when you're working all around inside and tight quarters and all that. It can be frustrating to say the least. I was kind of thinking of that, but I don't know, I got it just out too far. I should have started with the angled corner on that, but I don't know, kind of frustrating a little bit. I've been noticing I've been getting blocks falling down here, so it's probably a good idea to set up an area of cleanliness, get it all tuned up. Like, look at all these. A whole bunch of them there. We can't let that. Oh, more over there. Jesus, I've been dropping them left and right. Woohoo! Wow, he really goes. Oh. Just wasn't making that one. We'll put that there, though. Whoa, drifting. Yeah, we'll put you there. Okay, that should... Whoa, where's you going? Man, it wants to go for a flight. I guess I wasn't anchored. And when I got it a build beam, it didn't want to re-anchor. But as you can see, it still handles fairly well. Doesn't seem to be tipping too hard one way or another. So at least the weight we've added, it's at least been fairly balanced. And by the looks of it, it's not too much that isn't covered right now. Like, it's just those little bits on the end that aren't covered by the anti-grav. So that should work out nicely. We'll put one more in each one of those spots. And that'll hopefully even maybe make us less than weightless. You know what I mean? It will have up force with the slightest bit of like propulsion. But yeah, as you can see, we've kind of upgraded our charging base a little more. Because, yeah, we was right out of battery. And this big thing cannot go without power. It does not like finding the ground. I don't like it to find the ground, but it I think will take it. It does have landing skids on it. It does have hover pads. It'll at least be things that can break before it hits the ground, and hopefully it won't just chain react and explode all the way through. Because, well, it could do it. There's a lot of batteries in it. But I'm liking this look. As I get building on this little section here. And I'm thinking when those solar arrays open up, it's going to look even better. So I'm going to go on that assumption and just keep on building. Going to keep on keeping on. Kind of go through and see if we can get what we could potentially be our little platform. I don't know, if you've watched much of my stuff before, you may have noticed that I don't mind building little dudes and characters and citizen type things. And, well, like I said, the new Tekka project, citizens and characters, that's a good spot to check out for them. But I was thinking of making some guards on this even. I'm not sure yet. I gotta get a lot more done. That'll be like one of the last things I do if I do them. But I got a few ideas. If you've seen my the Ultimate Burning Machine contest build with the 4 guards on it, might be something along that lines, but now we got better future, we can always see what we can change, right? We'll have to check things out as we go, though. But we do have to get this wrapped up first before we can get too far into them ideas. So I figure as I'm building along, I want to keep it clean. I want to have it more of the white and the blue as much as possible with the little black showing up. The one thing I wish is, now we have the skins and the paint mode that we can change colors. But it's in skin sets, so we can't really customize them exactly the way I'd like. Because I'd like to be able to just change the inside, where like the black is in front of those solar arrays. I'd like to change them to I think they go to a red. Is it red? I believe it's red when you change the color scheme. I think that'd be a sweet look, but sadly we are not able of doing that. But I think it'll look pretty good like this. It'll be alright with the black. Yeah, get up there. Yeah. Oh. Maybe. So I want it to kind of hide. I just want to see the fins. Or the array itself. Okay, yeah, I need another one. Yeah, this is a tricky part, trying to figure out weapons placement sometimes. It's like, where's it gonna go? Maybe here, there, somewhere like that. Go this way. Gonna do this one up like that, I believe. Yeah. See if we can get a little more shape into this. Because it can't be all just weapons and stuff. I don't want it just to be a big floating mass of guns. I want it to actually kind of have a cool look to it. Hopefully be really functional and still be able to protect itself and clear the area of any enemy threat. I think that's a good goal. It's a decent goal. And I'm liking the looks of that too. It's almost like a finger. Might be like the big finger. Get that in like so. At some point we're going to have to turn our bubbles back on. See what kind of coverage we really have. But I think for now we should be alright just to build along. We'll be able to fill things in and deal with anything that comes up. I don't build too far ahead of each spot without checking things out. Get this next one here done. Kind of close this up. So you can see we found out that yes, we need some bubbles. The bubbles are cool.
The bubbles are great.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with bubbles, can you?
No, and bubbles are great, and they are good for the massive finger.
And the nice thing is if you got enough missiles, no one else will pop your bubbles. So that's an extra bonus. So yeah, we've done a few of these now, so we're getting these kind of down pat where we almost know exactly what we need to do.
It looks like a little mouth.
Well,
That bubble. I mean the finger.
Well, a little bit. But we'll fill her all in, and
Munch, munch, munch.
it'll change as we go. We're always adding new block, and every block can change the look of something, and
Munch,
keeps it interesting.
munch, 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 munch.
I was thinking of trying this here, because I do like the idea of having some downward-facing weaponry on kind of the lighter defended spots that we have. But I don't know if these lasers are going to be what I'm after. I'll have to test them out. See, the laser, you can see it come down a little bit, but it really doesn't do enough to make me think it's going to protect. So like I was saying there earlier, you notice the timer, right? I was going to time and see how long it took for my battery, or my solar arrays to fully open up. Now, you can't see them all. There are some inside. So that's what we're waiting for, just to see what opens up, where it comes out of. So we're going to actually just have to wait a second here until we start seeing. Oh, there they are on the side. Opening up nice. Now, yeah, I timed it out normal time. Had it all going. Then I just sped the heck out of it. Sped it all up so we can get through it real quick. And you can see every little second. You want to go frame by frame. So just to be accurate, as all accurate as I can and as time efficient as I can. We'll see what's going on. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, but it will take a while. I already know. Like, we're at 15 minutes already.
16.
So yeah, it's
going fast.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, this has been sped up. So really the game is lagging out fairly good. I don't know what my frames per second are at this point. I should maybe try and keep track of that.
Dad, look at your 10s.
Oh yeah, they're just flying. But as you can see, yeah, we got this done here. We still have the front and all those side pieces. There they go. They're starting in. So yeah, we're on to 25 minutes. So yeah, it's going to be a little while. So as we're kind of letting this clear up and wrap up, I would like to thank you once again for joining me. So it turns out to take about 36 minutes, 25 seconds, and 25 milliseconds to open them all up, or about 18 minutes, give or take. But that's maybe something we'll have to address in the next one. So as always, if you enjoyed what you saw, throw the like down, comments, why not share with a friend, and as always, to keep up to date, just subscribe, ding that bell, and from there on out, just keep being that awesome, keep having a good one. Bye.